People living in an apartment building near downtown Dallas are still shaken up days after they say dozens of shots were fired into their building. Ring camera footage shows Dallas police responding to the shooting at the Southside Flats in the Cedars. Neighbors say officers were there for hours trying to arrest the gunman. Evidence markers remain showing the extent of the gunfire. Fox 4's Amelia Jones live in Dallas with the story. Amelia.
Heather, Dallas police told us the shooting was the result of an argument. We spoke to a woman who lives down the hall in the apartment building. She told us she heard screaming and then gunshots. Around 10:30 p.m. last Saturday at the Southside Flats in Dallas, Taylor Herrig heard a noise down the hall.
We started to hear some screaming.
Then gunshots.
I heard 3 or 4 shots and then semi-automatic fire outside. Really, really fast, really loud.
Herrig called Dallas police. Police headquarters is across the street from the building. When officers got there,
and we started hearing them yelling, you know, come out, we know you're in there, we have you surrounded, come out with your hands up.
The suspect did not come out. Herrig watched the hours-long standoff that unfolded from her Ring doorbell camera. She shared the videos with Fox 4. Officers carrying rifles ran through the hallway. Around 3 a.m., the suspect comes out of the apartment at the end of the hall. He's quickly taken into custody.
It was crazy to watch with my own eyes, you know, through the doorbell right there and hearing it happening 50 feet from the door.
The shooting left significant damage. There are bullet holes throughout the parking garage. Several cars had bullets fly through their windows, windshields, and hoods.
We only thought it was maybe 10 shots, and we come to find out based on all the holes it was 20 plus, which is just terrifying.
Dallas police say the suspect shot at 2 women after an argument. No one was injured. Herrig says in an email sent to residents, the Southside Flats management did not confirm an incident happened.
Which is crazy considering, you know, there were 40 cop cars here, there were SWAT team, and there are holes in the walls. I don't know how you can tell us as residents that it may have occurred and possibly was on property.
Herrig was aware of the history with the building when she signed a lease. This is the same apartment building where in 2018, off-duty police officer Amber Geiger shot and killed Botham Jean. Herrig now plans to move when her lease is up in September.
You don't want people to come in here with an understanding that it's safe, it's luxurious, it's secure, and to have this kind of false sense of security.
Fox 4 reached out to the Southside Flats management for comment. We haven't heard back yet. Heather, back to you.
All right, Amelia, thanks. Tip from a Fox 4 viewer led to the arrest of a woman seen pistol whipping a man on a DART train last week. 29-year-old KDFW Brown is charged with aggravated assault for that attack. Another man seen on the video helping with the attack still needs to be identified. Brown's boss was the one to identify her. She called Fox 4 with a tip, then contacted DART police. Fox 4's David Centendry is live in Dallas with the update on this story. David.
Yeah, Heather, a Fox 4 viewer sent us that footage after recording it on the DART train of that attack. And after we aired that video, another Fox 4 viewer called in with information that led to an arrest.
29-year-old KDFW Brown is the woman who DART police say repeatedly pistol whipped a passenger while riding a train last week.
Ms. Brown was arrested for the aggravated assault with a deadly weapon.
A passenger sent Fox 4 video of the attack. The victim was bloodied and taken to a hospital. He was released the next day. At the time, the woman's identity was unknown to investigators. A Fox 4 viewer, however, called us. She identified Brown. We connected her with DART.
We're able to use that one as part of our investigation.
According to an arrest affidavit, a detective was notified about the tip, which included Brown's birthday, Facebook page, and address. Brown, who the tipster says also goes by the name Fat, was identified and arrested at her listed apartment in Northeast Dallas on Friday. It's still unclear why she allegedly pistol whipped the passenger.
We do know that this was not a random incident. These individuals did know each other.
Fox 4 went to Brown's listed address Tuesday afternoon. A friend of Brown's says the man she allegedly attacked had stayed with them for a short while at their apartment. She believes it was the victim who instigated an attack against Brown's male friend, who you also see in the video, because of a stolen backpack.
She was defending her friend.
Dart police say they're working to identify that man. They call him an accomplice. Meanwhile, Dart's plan to strengthen security on its trains, buses, and stations will launch next month.
Beginning in July, we're going to roll out the first of 90 new contract security personnel that will be posted on our trains and buses.
Those 90 contract security guards are part of a one-year program to assist Dart police. The plan could be extended.
So, of course, we're doing everything we can to ensure that our riders are safe.
Brown is in Dallas County Jail on a $35,000 bond.
Dallas police are looking for the gunman who opened fire on a convenience store employee this morning. Police believe it was a robbery, but the employee was killed before he could even open the register. Fox 4's Rebecca Butcher spoke to a customer who knew that employee. She joins us now live from Dallas. Rebecca.
Yeah, Heather, it's heartbreaking news for the family of this victim. He was just working at the cash register at the time of the attack. I did speak with one lady who knew him well, called him Natty also, and she says that he was a cheerful greeter there at the gas station.
Natty was generally the kindest man you would ever meet in your life. Greeted everyone with a smile.
Well, the 7-Eleven at Northampton Road and Jefferson Boulevard in North Oak Cliff reopened hours after a gunman killed a beloved store clerk, 54-year-old Nathaniel Agbalu, some knew as Natty. Karen Simmons frequented the store. She says Natty went out of his way to make customers feel welcome.
Knew your name the second time he ever met you.
Dallas police say the gunman came to rob the store about 6 o'clock Monday morning, but they say after the robber demanded money, Agbalu was shot several times before he even had a chance to open the register. Simmons says a co-worker of hers was there at the store when he was murdered.
That's his neighborhood stop to get his breakfast in the morning. He actually was upon the scene before the police arrived. So unfortunately, he actually saw it live.
Bob Shields, who lives nearby, also frequents the store.
About 9 o'clock, I came down and there's cop cars all over the place, and they had the parking lot blocked off.
Just a block east of the 7-Eleven is a high school, and 1 block west is a church. The killing angers those in the neighborhood.
People working hard, and it's not right that people try to get easy money.
Just can't do crap anything anymore, It's just, we're weird. Guy comes to work in the morning, doesn't go home at night.
A customer that often greeted him says Agbalu was one of the reasons she kept coming back.
Almost afraid to go anyplace nowadays, so just hate to see it happen. You can't let him chase you away.
Police have said little about the killer they're looking for, only releasing a vague description saying he was a male, and security camera video has not been released. Neighbors say Agbalu will be remembered for his gentle, cheerful way.
It breaks my heart because this is really a true loss for our area, because he was an addition to kind of our little neighborhood family.
Yeah, and if you have any information that can help police track down the suspect, you're urged to contact Dallas PD.
The FBI and White Settlement Police are looking for a pair of bank robbers, a man and a woman. The team traveling on a Kawasaki motorcycle. Law enforcement hopes someone can tell them who they are. They didn't get cash, but the woman is caught on tape as she hands a stick-up note to the teller. Fox 4's Sean Rabb has the exclusive video.
We are in White Settlement, 820 and White Settlement Road, the Wells Fargo Bank. Chief Christopher Cook, White Settlement Police, you had a bank robbery here?
Brazen bank robbery, broad daylight, right after 4 p.m. on April 18th. Lots of traffic in and out. We had a motorcycle, likely stolen, parked right here where my patrol car is. Female jumps off the back of the bike, goes in, hands a note to the teller, basically says you better comply, no games, or everyone will die.
We see her face at the teller window?
Absolutely. You'll be able to see the facial features. She's even got a nose ring. We think she's about 5'6", 5'9", white female. The teller was able to hit the silent alarm, trigger the hold-up alarm, and then it spooked the female. She ends up running out of the bank, jumps on the stolen motorcycle. They flee northbound on 820. We think somebody will recognize the female.
Let me ask you, Chief, The pictures are clear. If you know her, will you know her?
Absolutely. If somebody sees these images, they'll know who that female is. Now, the man that was on the bike, a little bit more difficult. We don't have a good facial recognition, but we know, experience tells us if we can get her identified and get her into custody, she will sing and tell us who the man was. We believe it's a Kawasaki motorcycle. People that are into motorcycle clubs, they may know who this couple was as well.
What is it that you need?
I need someone to give us a tip on who the female is. Once we get that, once we get her identified, my detectives with the FBI will be able to write the arrest warrants and get them into custody.
And there is reward being offered.
Absolutely. There's always rewards for tipsters. They can also remain anonymous.
How can folks reach White Settlement Police?
Give us a call, 817-246-7070. You can also email us, wspd@wspd.us. We'll take all the tips, or they can also contact Tarrant County Crime Stoppers, 817-469-TIPS.
Who is the woman in the video? You see her face clearly. Get at the White Settlement Police Department. Help solve this bank robbery of the Wells Fargo Bank here in White Settlement.
Fort Worth police are looking for suspects in another deadly shooting on the eastern side of the city. In this case, 4 people were shot. 1 man died. Fox 4's David Santendry live in Fort Worth with the story. David.
Yeah, Heather, Fort Worth police tell me they do not know the motive behind all that gunfire, but I did speak to a couple of neighbors living in that apartment complex, and they tell me the father who was killed, they believe he had no direct involvement in that shooting. Gunfire ripped through a Fort Worth apartment complex late Wednesday evening, killing a man and injuring 3 others.
I was downstairs in the kitchen making myself some food when we heard some shots go off.
13-year-old Chelsea Moore lives with her mother at the Hansley Oaks Apartments in East Fort Worth.
I worry about my daughter getting shot.
They hid for safety. So did other neighbors.
I know there was over 20 shots fired.
Veronica Gravel was inside with her children.
It was just rapid. Back to back to back.
38-year-old Jerron Albritton was found dead on scene. His mother shared photos of him to Fox 4.
He had a lot of kids, you know, and you would see them playing outside all the time, and he'd be outside watching them.
Fort Worth police say, for now, they do not know what led to the shooting.
We have multiple witnesses that the homicide detectives are speaking with.
Neighbors believe Albritton may not have been directly involved.
Apparently, he had just put his kids down to bed and had walked over to the store and was coming back from the store and got caught in the crossfire of everything.
So from your understanding, he had nothing to do with this?
From my understanding, that's correct.
Some say the complex is a popular hangout for the wrong reasons.
But I know a lot of people are devastated behind people that just hang out around here and don't even live here.
It's unclear if surveillance cameras were able to capture video of whoever fired the shots.
Scary. It's really scary.
For now, families living here hope they never again have to be in the middle of a shooting.
I could literally hear like the popping go off in the back of my ears.
Of the 3 surviving victims, Fort Worth police say 2 of them, 2 adults, were transported to hospitals. Another one was treated on scene with a graze wound. We don't have any further updates on those conditions of those 3 people. Of course, anyone with information is asked to contact Fort Worth police.